just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Handoff to Spears. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Panthers 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Throwing is Ward. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Panther 11. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Dragon 60. Ready.
To throw, here's Ward. For a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, they're certainly not giving much hope to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak. And
that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set. Cowboy.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Here we go. Let's go.
First down, and it's Pollard again.
Down to the 42, second down. You talk about this Miami defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Liking 18. Liking 18.
Now Ward. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 19. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. It needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
To throw is Ward.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Hawk 70, Hawk 90, Panther 60, Panther 60. Warrior 7, Mustang 19, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Ward again.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 79 Broncos. Motion. Steady.
Throwing now, Ward. And it's a Titans touchdown. Gunner Helm, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have got it back to within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Now a toss right side. H.M. with it.
And he'll work this one out to about the 38. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Well, this defense for the Titans, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
Here's Daniel Whelan now.
He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one.
DK to return.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is what they have to tell themselves. Don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Here we go. 19 Tiger. Panther 11. 18, Pioneer.
Ward off the play fake. That one's taken in by Spears.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for them. Using him out of the backfield, tell those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Cougar 19. Go street. Go, my man, my man. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10.
The Titans at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Viking 18. 18 Rattle. 18 Rattle. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Ward.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's good gain. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Set. Riggs. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from drawing level. Now Ryland for the PAT.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Chad Ryland to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They'll work the middle here with Wright. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. It showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Gordon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Rig alert! Rig alert!
Now a give here to Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Go street! 60 Bison! 60 Bison! Trap 60! Trap 60! 79 Broncos! Go!
Here's Ward. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
Running right, here's Achane.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hiking 18! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
They'll get that out wide to Waddle.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
10 more yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
They'll run for it with Achane.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 38.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 70 Rangers, 7.
Back to throw. Moore. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The 22 more yards there and another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Viking 18, Warriors 70.
Working out of the gun here, Ward.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short...
That is going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
60. Mustang 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Gunner home. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans are back within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
47-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
The 22 more yards there and another first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On play action, they'll throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
And able to work his way down to the 16.
Third down and 1.
At the 16-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up third down.
He'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And now they'll shift things around.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers, 79 Broncos. Say, hey! Warriors 70, Dragon 60. Steady.
Ward now working out of the gun.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Miami.
And they'll run it here.
Oh, that is well read on the backside. And he'll be met well behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Spencer Schrader now on to try the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 53. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and the lead will hold at 10. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on fourth down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Come on. Set. 70 Lions. 70 Timberwolves.
2nd and 9 now.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Panther 11. Panther 11. 18 Pioneer. 19 Lions.
Looking to throw. Moore. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll try and do this,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
They fake the handoff. Now Ward.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's brought down. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
That's good for a Titans first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
1 yard gain.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And we're at the 41, second and 9.
Back to throw. Moore.
Here's a screen now for Pollard.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
At their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Ollie Gordon,
his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Dolphins are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Titans 24.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They go play action with Ward.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Kenneth Grant
Gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
At the 35-yard line.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, Hawk 70, Hawk 7, Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
Play action now. Ward. That's to the tight end, Helm.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 59 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
6, track up, track him, 60. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Forward, Viking, 18, Pioneer, trap 60, trap 60. Mustang 19.
To throw, here's Ward.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
60 Bobcat, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Going for it, here's Ward.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second and 10. Out of the gun is again to Achane.
And he stopped immediately there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
17 yards. First down, Dolphins.
Back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
19 tight, 19 tight.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go, here we go. Trap 50, Cougar 19, 18, Pioneer, 19, Lion. Ready,
From his own end zone, it's Ward.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Panther 11, Panther 11, Buffalo 18, 79 Broncos, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let go.
Got to be careful here, backed up this deep on 3rd down. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Again, it's Ward.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 15. And the Dolphins first down.
Back to throw again.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Dolphins first down. A gain of 16 yards.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane
With his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Dolphins are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Titans 24.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Now Ward. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And my goodness, another interception.
Down the left sideline.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining bright,